Hello and Grüß Gott. Every 2 years I like to change my coolant out on my vehicles. So today I'm going to do my 2011 Nissan Xterra with a 4-liter engine. So I went down and picked up a gallon of blue antifreeze Nissan official coolant 50/50 premixed. And what my goal is to open up the drain tap on the radiator and drain out 1 gallon or less. And I'm going to be very, very careful to measure it. Why am I going to be careful to measure it? Because I have to put the same amount back in, and this particular engine is subject to cavitation. So you may end up adding some fluid in, having to take it for a short drive to let it get heated up and with the heater turned on full. And then you come back and you fill it up to the proper level so that you get the exact amount back in that you took out. So we're going to be real careful to do that. On this one, I'm going to take off the lower front skid plate. So I have wrenches here to do that with. The reason being is even though I can get to the drain plug, as soon as I open it up, it'll probably spray all over and then I'll lose my count for getting my measurements. So I'm going to use a 1 gallon container to make sure I get 1 gallon or less out. I have various funnels and measuring instruments here, a large flat blade screwdriver, and some wrenches to get in. So here in a second, I'm going to take off the under front skid plate. It's plastic, and I will show you where we're going to open up the tap on the radiator. So we'll do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, at this point I've taken off this skid plate or protection plate. It's all dirty. We're going to have to go polish it, of course. But I wanted to mention that there's 2 screws up front that you can get to through some access holes under here. And they're just a Phillips type screw, although this is a number 2 Japanese ISO screwdriver, which is exact fit for Japanese screws. A regular Phillips won't quite fit, and neither will a posi drive, so you really should have a set of these. But if you don't, you can use a wrench to get them off. So there's 2 up here, 4 along here, and 2 in the back, and that's all there is to get this off. So now what I'm going to do is simply slip my milk jug with a funnel in it underneath, and I'll show you in a second where the drain petcock is, or the drain plug, and we'll take that loose, and as I had mentioned earlier, we'll try to extricate no more than 1 gallon. Less is fine, more is not good, because I only have a 1 gallon of premix. And if you do this every 2 years, pretty much you'll probably have a great reliability with your cooling system. I have only replaced 1 water pump in the last 25 years on my vehicles. And so we'll be right back. Here's the drain valve on this. It's in the passenger side part of the radiator near the front. And you simply take a number 2 Japanese screwdriver, and you're going to unscrew this until it starts to come out. So I'm not going to take any liquid out quite yet because I have to get everything ready underneath it to catch it. So I'll do that, and then we'll come back. At this point, I have reinserted the drain plug and snugged it up. You don't need to tighten it up very tight because it's plastic and it'll snap. I have the skid plate here all polished and clean and ready to go back on. And each of the screws, I put 1 drop of medium strength Loctite. I actually found some of the screws loose. I'm surprised they hadn't fallen out. So that's kind of weird. So I'm going to reinsert this, snug the screws up. I don't make them very tight, just snug. And here's the 1 gallon of used fluid that I have ready for the recycle. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to add 1 gallon of new fluid. So we'll do that, and I'll be back in just a second. I've completed putting the bottom skid plate back on, snugged everything up. Now I'm ready to put 1 gallon of antifreeze in. It may not all fit until we actually take it out for a drive and bring it back and add. So we'll see how it goes. So here's the reservoir over here where I'm going to fill it. I've put my funnel in it. It's clean. I wiped it out. Some towels around it so that if I inevitably spill a few drops, hopefully it won't make a mess. And now I'm just going to start filling it, and I can see my full when it gets full over here. So I'll do that, and then I'll come back and tell you how we're doing. At this point, I've put the fluid back in. I put the cap on, took it for a drive, turn the heater on full so that all the radiator fluids will mix together. Let it run on high heat with all the windows down for a little while. And then I'm going to recheck this and top it up if I need to. But other than that, should be done. So until we see you again, tschüss.